Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and sometimes you just get got. And this is one of those days for me. I'm not ashamed to say it, Miggy got me. I call this crisscrossing the corner. You know, tunneling is a crazy concept. There's no way a big leaguer swings at that. If this ball's 1-7, he absolutely crushes it. Boom, that's the breaking point. Miguel Cabrera is definitely one of the best hitters to ever walk this planet. In his prime, he was probably the toughest guy I've faced for a myriad of reasons. So we're going to get into that today. And I'll show you what happens when you don't read swings correctly and you're facing one of the best guys that there is. So let's jump in. First things first, play it. Miggy being an actor. This is a funny little story here. He's not very happy. He's yelling at our dugout, thinking that our dugout has something to do with it. End up walking him here on a pretty good battle. Missed a couple cues. Perhaps you've already seen them if you know what you're looking for. Here's his third at bat. I don't know how the hell that is a ball. And there it is. That's how it ended up. So let's jump right in. Miggy, scouting report on Miguel Cabrera. This is from 2015, I think. I don't know. One of the years. 17. Hard to remember anyway. But Miggy was still in the middle of his prime, just chewing people up, dominating. He doesn't like this area with fastballs. He would prefer to lay off that. He'll give you that up and in corner. He is looking for off-speed stuff here, generally. And he's looking for fastballs that he can drive the other way, kind of up and out in this area. So basically, he has this set up so that anything hanging in the center of the plate, he can pull. So he's going to hit anything off-speed stuff that doesn't get down and away, that's a little bit elevated kind of in the middle of the plate, anything that comes inside, anything that's middle speed, he's going to be on time with that. So he's going to hit that back up the middle and to this side. That's the soft stuff. The hard stuff, he's going to take basically this portion of the plate, and we'll cut off this bottom corner. So he's going to take this portion of the plate, and he's going to try to drive that this way. This allows him to, it's one of the best approaches to take as a hitter, and what makes him really special is that he can actually execute it, and he doesn't come off of it. So this allows him to hit anything that's slow to the pull side, and anything that's hard to the opposite side. Anything that's really slow, I know I'm using a lot of colors here, but anything that's really slow, and we're talking about like 78, 80, and below, if it gets in this bottom part, whoops, let's put our strike zone back there. If it gets in this bottom part of the zone or below, he struggles with it. He's out in front. You can get a lot of ground balls to the pull side. And anything hard, like 94 plus, that gets up in this area, he struggles with. He won't hit this. He will foul it off, though. He's got tremendous bat-to-ball abilities. So he'll sit here and just give you this up-and-in pitch all day long. He'll never try to hit that. I wouldn't say never. Every now and then, he will try to hit that. He'll go up there and he'll sit on a pitch, and he'll pick off a pitch up and in, and he'll hit it 400 feet, and then he'll smile like the cat that ate the canary as he's rounding the bases, knowing that everyone's going to see that on film, and they're going to go right back to doing what he wants them to do, which is off-speed stuff, middle of the plate, trying to get away, and then fastballs away to try to limit damage. So this is kind of what we know on him going in, which means we're going to try to pound this area in here with fastballs, and we're going to try to get slow stuff down in this area over here. We're going to avoid anything hanging in this area, anything slow middle speed, I mean. So middle speed being 84 to 90. And we're going to avoid any fastballs that get kind of like out here in this range, because he's just going to shoot those this way for hits. So that's what we know going in. That's the approach. And now we're going to get going on what actually happens. So this happens. I'm trying to go right here where Berto's glove is, like we just talked about. And this ball gets way up and in. Now, the Tigers and the Indians at this point have a little bit of a history. I know a game that I pitched against them earlier this season or the year before, I struggled a little bit. I ended up hitting 3 of their guys. This is when, just to refresh the lineup, it was Kinsler, it was Upton, it was Miggy, it was Victor, it was JD Martinez. Like these were the guys that they had in the middle of their lineup. So it was, I'm certainly missing a couple, but it was murderer's row. They had our number with the Indians, and they had a lot of people's numbers. They're really talented offense with a great approach. So anyway, trying to go up and in, and I miss really up and in. Now, I hit Miggy earlier this year or the year before on a pitch similar to this on the left forearm or the left hand, and he wasn't very happy about it. And I traditionally just pound him in this area in general, and he's not very happy about it all the time. So, first inning, hitting third, we got 2 outs, and I go up and in on him, and he's just going to sit here and act a fool. He looks over at our dugout, gives a big, what's up sign. Why do you guys keep pitching me in there? He starts yelling over at Tito. Not very happy. Berto's looking at him like, you kidding me? I have no idea. I'm just sitting there like, oh, I missed. I'm getting ready to throw a pitch. And then now I realize that he's not very happy. So this whole time, he's over here. If you watch Miggy, he's just like looking at our dugout, yelling at us. Not at me, but at the dugout. He's making a scene. Walking towards the dugout. Then he's got, a little bit later before the next pitch, he's, telling him, hey, calm down. Like, why are you throwing at me? The umpires are having to hold him back. So we get a benches clearing almost. I mean, we got the third base coach here coming in like, what are we doing? Not very happy. So that's the first pitch. Now, in talking to Berto after this at bat, he said that Miggy was telling him in Spanish that he was just making a scene and doing it for the lulz, basically. Just joking around and having a good time and making a scene. But I don't think he was very happy about it. What I do think, though, is that he had an approach going into this game, knowing that I throw a lot of off-speed stuff, and he was going to look for a very specific pitch right out here, something that was kind of breaking away, something in the line of his barrel, so something that kind of starts off, in this area and is kind of drifting over here. So this could be a slider, it could be a curveball if he's looking for a curveball, but he's clearly this entire game looking for a specific pitch. And that pitch is something soft out away. So I start him off up and in, he doesn't like it. And I don't like the fact that he didn't like it, so I'm not going to come off of throwing him what I want to throw him. So I go back in there. And we can see here, he fouls this straight back. But if you watch his body language, or his swing mechanics here, he's not trying to get the barrel of this ball. Look at his arms here. They're pulled in. He's not full extended. He doesn't get full extended until out here, and even so, he kind of cuts his swing off a little bit. He finishes well, but he's not on this ball. The barrel's out here. He's catching this ball in here towards the label. He's late on this, which is typical for him. he's giving me this pitch up here. He's not going to try to hit it, but he is going to foul it off. So that's what happens. There we go, 1-1. Now we go curveball, and this is, I think, what he's looking for. Not the curveball specifically, but something over in that area that's breaking away from him that's slow. But this is what we talked about. If you get the curveball down, it's pretty safe. It's slow. He's not going to hit it. And we go 2-1. So now we're going to go back to the fastball, and we're going to go up and in. But I miss right where he likes it. I mean, this ball is almost as middle as it can get. And he misses it. Why does he miss this? And this is, again, a young me on the mound that doesn't understand all this stuff in the big leagues and how elite Miggy really is at setting pitchers up and sitting on something and getting it. So he misses this ball. But again, you see where the ball's crossing the bat. Like, this is not out on the barrel. He's late on this, and he just swings through it. He's below it. Generally a sign that you're late on it because the barrel hasn't gotten up. You know, if you look at a swing path of a barrel might come like this if you're looking from the side, and a ball might be coming in this way. So if you catch the ball perfectly, you elevate it. If the ball beats your contact point, you're a little bit below the ball. And if you're a little bit out in front, your barrel is above the ball, and you typically top it and roll it over. So this is kind of, you know, if the barrel's below the ball, generally speaking, you're late. If the barrel's above the ball, generally speaking, you're early. And so he swings through it, and we get back to 2-2. Now, again, he's looking for something that's going this way that's off speed. I'm trying to throw him a backdoor changeup. It's the wrong speed, but it's supposed to come back this way and either freeze him or he's going to be early on it and roll it over. That's the idea here, and I just miss really badly. You can see the movement on the changeup. It has this kind of like bottoming out run to it that I want. I just really miss it, and it's a no-go, and he just takes it pretty easily. This actually had a 20% strike possibility, I think, when I was looking up this video. I don't know how, because that ball's way up, but anyway, robo-umps, you know, they might be coming soon. So now we're 3-2. I'm not gonna give in to him and give him something. I'd much rather walk him. Even at this time in his career, he moved around the bases a little bit better at this time, but he's still slow, so I don't mind putting him on. But you know, we get this ball into that good area, that triangle that we talked about up and in. And you can see again, he gets the barrel to it a little bit more. You know, he's pretty close to the barrel here, but these arms are drawn in. Now Miggy has hit homers from this drawn in position. His swing mechanics are elite, and he can hit homers there, but he's just fouling this ball off. You can see this next frame, his arms are still pulled in. Now he's getting extended, so he's just trying to foul this ball off. He's not actually trying to square this ball up. He's reading this pitch as long as he can, and then he's just, okay, it's a strike. I'll just pull the barrel in and foul it off. Got to throw me another one. And many at-bats that I had against Miggy, he would do this, and he would just look out at me and laugh and smile like, okay, you gonna give me something else, or you're gonna do the same thing? Because I'll just do the same thing. I'll foul it off, and we'd have 4 or 5 pitches in a row where it'd be the exact same result. Foul ball over the first base dugout, and he's just sitting there like, I'll do this all day. Can you do it all day? And he can do it more than I can do it, and so he would always win those. And here, trying to go with a fastball down and away, trying to get this ball down here, and I miss, and put our strike zone up there. I miss again, like middle. Does anything here look like he's trying to pull this ball? Everything looks like he's trying to shoot this ball over here, which is what we talked about. Any fastball that's over in this area, he's just going to try to shoot the other way for a hit. He'll take his hits. He has no problem doing it. One of the things that makes him elite. But he's not trying to pull this ball. He's not trying to get to this fastball. He's reading this. He's locked in. He's reading. Oh, it's not breaking. Okay, flick the barrel in the zone. Again, these arms stay kind of bent. He's kind of slicing across this ball here. So he's kind of like pulling his arms in and just kind of, the bat's kind of slicing across as opposed to kind of getting out and around and trying to drive the ball. So again, just fouling it off. All right, this one's 95. He's like, yeah, do that all day. Fouls it off. And then we come back with another fastball. This time we try to elevate up and away. He will get a little bit of swing and miss up here. That's one thing I forgot to mention. If you get up above the zone, away, he'll chase this sometimes, and he will swing and miss at this pitch. But if you get it down over here in the zone, it's usually a hit. So not the most executable pitch for me. Just painting that top up and away corner. But this is where this pitch ends up, and now we kind of get in the middle of the frame, but he's almost fully extended on this pitch. So this is dangerous. He's about to hit this pitch out the opposite way. He's finally caught up to the fastball a little bit. But again, he's not looking for a fastball this game. He's just missed 4 or 5. One of the best hitters of all time in his prime still has just missed 4 or 5 of these fastballs. And my fastball isn't the best fastball. So then we go with this changeup. This is what I was trying to throw on the 2-2 pitch. And it has, again, you see this kind of like bottoming out action. Exactly what I want. He sees away. He's reading, goes to trigger. Oh, it's a ball. Lays off it. And he's like, yep, I won that one. And if you look at my body language, I'm like, man, I executed that pitch. There's a little slumping there like, you got to be kidding me. He didn't swing at that. Especially after the first pitch where he acts a fool and makes this huge big scene. I was in super competitive mode. I wanted to get him and beat him in this at bat. Didn't happen, and he wins. If you look at Berto's head here, Berto's like, yeah, There's a little nod right there, still nodding. He's like, yeah, that's a good pitch. I'm not having it. I'm upset. So flash forward, his second at bat, I threw him a curveball down here, and he rolled it over nice and neatly to third base. Not very hard hit at all, but I did execute that curveball and got the rollover that we talked about. And then we get to the third at bat, and this is what I missed. So he's missed fastballs all game long. All game long. Again, here's another one. 0-0. 1 out, first and third. So he's in RBI mode right here. This pitch is middle. We're trying to go in, trying to get up in this area, but I miss. I yank it over here middle, and he misses it late. But if you look at where the barrel gets to, so this ball's coming off the barrel right here. He gets the barrel to it, but he's still late on it. Barrel's underneath, he fouls it off, and he's just kind of like content to do that. And that was only 92. Right down here, 92. But he's late on it. Why is that? Well, he's sitting on a specific pitch. 0-1, we go back up here, and here you go again. He's super late on this one. You see this ball is by him, like in this area. He's trying to hold up. Arms get drawn super in. This is how you know. When you see a swing like this is how you know what a hitter looks like when he's late. He's super late on this pitch, and you can see these arms drawn in. So when you see the arms draw in, that's a tell, and this is how you know that means they're late, because he's clearly late here, and you see that action. You see it on all the hitters when they're late. They draw their arms in like that. So this barrel, I don't know, this barrel has to be pointing to the second baseman. I don't know how the barrel is way out in front of the plate. And then you get little power tripper down here at first, nope, it cuts off, but he calls it safe. He's like, hey, Bauer, you're Bauer, and this is Miguel Cabrera. You're not getting that call, even though it was a full swing. I don't understand it. And then he finally gets the one thing that he's looking for all game, and he does with it exactly what he was looking to do. This pitch. It is not down, but this pitch is directly over the black. This is not a bad pitch. It's not a great pitch. It certainly isn't just a hanging slider right in the middle of the plate. This is a cutter. This is on the black away. And if you look at his body language, he's reading. He finally sees the pitch that looks here that's going to go this way. It's in that middle speed. This pitch is 87 miles an hour. It's in that middle speed, and just watch his body language. He sees it, foot's down, and there is the full extension. This is what he's been on time for the entire game. This pitch. He set me up. I threw him one up here. He made a big deal about it, hoping that I would go away from that, hoping I would go over into this area. He told Berto that he was just making a scene, kind of acting a fool, having a good time, joking around. He was a little bit mad about me going up here, and he was a little bit trying to set me up. And he got both. You know, he won the at-bat, and he finally got the pitch that he's looking for. He took the swing that he's looking to take, full extension on it, just drives the ball the other way. And as soon as he hit it, I knew, just this like helpless feeling, like I feel like I executed that pitch, and what the heck, he got me. So that's how Miguel Cabrera deked me. He tricked me. He sat on a specific pitch the entire game. He tried to get me off of my approach, which he didn't necessarily succeed in doing. I still went up and in a lot, and I beat him on all those pitches up and in. Every fastball that I threw him today beat him. You know, if this is the strike zone, everything, even pitches that were here and like over in here, anything that I threw in this area beat him, because he was looking for something that started in this area and broke down to this area. Something that was here at 95 ends up over here at 87. So he's late on all of this, and he just fouls it off. He just gets the barrel to it. He stays alive, waits and waits and waits and waits, and then he's perfectly on time for this one right here, and he does exactly what he was looking to do with it. Homer. Bam. 3-run homer, made it 4-0 in the 5th. My day was pretty much done, and his day was just getting going. So important to read body language, important to know that elite hitters will set you up, and they're good at it. Manny Ramirez was really good at it. Heard a lot of stories about people that faced him. Miguel Cabrera is very good at it. Something I didn't realize, I didn't know enough at this time in my career as far as reading hitters and seeing the elite ones do it often enough to know what was going on. But that's what was going on. He set me up. He acted a fool. He played the part, and he won. Dominated me. So that's all for today. Miguel Cabrera being Miguel Cabrera. Hope you enjoyed it. See you in the next one.